Let's play with some bizarre Korean beauty care tools. Let's start with the first one. This right here is by the brand Tony Moly, and this is their Blackhead Steam Balm. The description's awesome. It completely removes old sebum, dead skin cells, body waste, and other disturbing and chronic problems found in pores. This sounds hilarious and it's so dramatic. Disturbing. This is awesome. This right here is $14. So what this is, they're basically saying it's a unique steam balm that is self-heating physical exfoliant that draws out impurities from deep within the skin, removing excess sebum, dead skin cells, and eliminating blackheads. All right, let's get a before and after. We're gonna do right here and the nose. Let's see what it looks like. Massage with fingers until warm and let sit for 3 to 5 minutes. All right, I do feel a little like a warming, heating sensation just right here where I applied it, and you can see it definitely turned white. The interesting part, let me show you about this. Like the little particles it has in this mask or this balm, whatever you wanna call this, it has like these yellow particles, and when you wipe it on something, like you can see the yellow tint. It kind of looks like an egg yolk. Maybe that's what they call the egg pore. It's not like a chemical exfoliant, you know, like an AHA, a BHA, something like that. It's definitely not that. All right, 5 minutes is up. I'm using my makeup cleanser with lukewarm water, and I'm just gonna wipe this off. Let's see. You know, like all of that, like you see those yellow things, the yellow beads, that's from the balm. Okay, so I'm looking a little red right here and right here, but I will say the results are really underwhelming. If there's a huge difference, I don't see it. It's a very, very, very minute difference. I will say I did see very up close when you look at the pores from side to side. This right here, they look a little bit more exaggerated. They're not as tight versus this side. The pores, they're a little bit more smooth and they're tighter looking. Even when I smile, you can see the skin, it's kind of like getting pulled because it's tight on this side. And that could be due to, if there is egg in here, that could be the tightening effect. But otherwise, like I'm not seeing a huge difference. All right, let's move on to the next product. This next one is called the Headbang. This right here is a jaw tightening band for double chin reducer, asymmetrical muscle, a facelift to create a smaller proportional V-line face. $39.99. I've tested these out before, and you know, this is more of like a long-term product where you have to test it, where you have to like use it for months. Like they're saying right here, spend 30 minutes a day for 2 to 3 months and you will get your expected results. All right, so they provide their own headband for the jaw. So what you do is you take your head, your jaw, and you put it right in here. Am I supposed to wear this for 30 minutes? 15 minutes. And then you gradually increase to 30 minutes. Use it twice per day? Wow, okay. So then this for your head ring, what do they call this? They call this the head ring. So I'm making sure the right and the left indicators on the pressure plate, and then stretch the head ring so that it fits slightly behind the crown of the head. It's putting a lot of pressure on my chin.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. And it's saying, only do this twice per day if there is no discomfort on the chin. This is very uncomfortable. I feel like it's just taking the chin and just like, kind of like pushing it up and backwards in a way. I look like a chipmunk now. But my chin is very uncomfortable. Let's time it for 15 minutes and see what happens. 15 minutes is up, and my chin is like right here. It's so painful. Ooh, it actually does apply quite a bit of pressure. Ooh. Ooh, it's not too bad. I feel like I just have so much pressure from my ears down to my jaw to my chin that my teeth hurt. They feel aggravated. Honestly, I feel like if you really did use this like twice a day, like they are saying on here, if your chin and your jaw allows you to without having discomfort, I honestly think in 2 to 3 months, you'll definitely see a more chiseled V-line jaw. I just think this is definitely for people that are very, very, very dedicated. Personally, for me, I should just stop eating sugar and sweets, and then I'll get a more chiseled V. You know what I mean? But I can see this working, honestly. Now let's clean my pores on the other side of my face. This right here is also by Tony Moly. This right here is our Taco Pore Blackhead Scrub Stick. This retails for around $12.50 on Amazon. It has over 5,400 reviews. So let's try it out and see if it makes a difference. Let's just go for it. All right, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like sandpaper because of that like texture. It's not too intense, but it's not bad. I feel like I shouldn't be applying too much pressure because I don't want to aggravate my face, you know? But you can see a little bit of residues coming off from the product, and you can see a lot more. You see like that white? It kind of looks like mold. That's like the granules. That's actually exfoliating your skin. All right, I'm gonna be honest. Not a fan of these types of products. I thought it wouldn't be as rough, but it's just, it doesn't feel comfortable on the face. I will say that after result, the skin feels very smooth, but there's no difference in the pores. They don't look cleaner, they don't look exfoliated. It's just the very, very surface of your skin is just, it feels very, very smooth. But I'm gonna keep saying it, I feel like a chemical exfoliant is so much better on your face. But this is definitely cute. There's actually a lot of reviews. They're like, I'm keeping it just because it's really cute. And I agree, I think it's really cute. I don't like the scent. It smells like a cleaning product. Personally, I'm not a fan of like super physical exfoliants for my skin. Let's actually put on my makeup. I have a couple of different products here for applicators. This first one is by Pony Effect, and this is their block sponge. It's a makeup sponge that's really flexible. It has hydrophilic fabric and it's a pointed cutting edge. You can tap away with this product to create a smooth base. And it says you can use this damp for a more natural dewy finish if that's what you prefer. And it's tiny little blocks that you pretty much just rip and you use for your face. Nice and pointy. You can use it this way, but basically they do say you blend any cream to liquid facial makeup in a patting motion. So don't swipe, but pat. But let's apply some makeup with this product. And I am gonna get it damp. So let's see if it does get bigger in size. So I got the sponge nice and damp and made sure to wring out as much water as possible. So we would say it got 25% bigger. This is what it looks like, and this is the slot where it came from. It's a very, very, very dense sponge. You can see it takes a while for it to come back up to its shape, but let's try it out. It might be phenomenal. Just gonna tap this. Do you hear that noise? You can just hear how dense. That was super easy. Honestly feels good. It's like a memory foam type of material and texture, it feels like. I actually like the shape. Wow. That blended in really nice. Wow, okay. Actually gave me pretty good coverage on this side. I think because it is so dense, it's not soaking up a lot of that product. So it's really just providing a beautiful, like natural finish to the skin. Wow, okay, I'm impressed. So the other side, why I didn't do it with the sponge was because I wanted to try this product right here. This is by the brand, what brand are we? I'm Mimi, M-E-M-E. Is it Mimi or is it meme? You know, like a meme? Ooh, okay, so you get 2 brushes for $20. This is what they look like, really intriguing. It's kind of like the take on the Artiste brush where this is super, super dense. I mean, that's insanely dense. It's actually very, very soft. It doesn't feel scratchy whatsoever, but it has a very interesting shape. It kind of doesn't really have a shape. It's its own shape. And then this right here, super, super tiny little detail brush. Let's go for it. Let's apply the rest of the foundation to the side of the face and see if we can get an even coverage. Feels good. It's very, very dense, but still very soft. Looks like it's spreading pretty well, but it's definitely taking that coverage away. It's not providing that even coverage like it did on this side with the sponge. What do we think?
The other side still has more coverage.
Yeah, this side definitely looks better in my opinion. All right, let's move on. Let's apply some concealer. I'm gonna take the sponge first I'm just gonna use the same side as I did for the foundation. And it's still damp and it feels nice. I mean, like, do you see that? The way it picks up product and the way it spreads it. And I actually really like the really chiseled edge, like the sharp edges, because you can really be precise. Like if, let's say you already created an eyeshadow look or a winged look, you can really come back in with the concealer and really clean up if you wanted to. I mean, I'm having literally no issues blending this in. I think the only thing is now, let's see how well it's gonna go into the inner corner. Is it gonna have sharp edges, you know? Yeah, see? This is the only thing I will say. I have to go back over with my finger just to kind of blend out and soften the edges. Let's take this little bad boy and see how it's gonna spread my concealer out. And this is a pretty full coverage concealer by Anastasia. Like, you saw how much coverage I was able to get with a damp sponge. Like, this is gonna take me forever to blend, and it's not even blending good. Like, do you see that?
Yeah.
What is that? I'm just gonna use my finger to blend this out. Definitely not for concealer for under your eyes. It's gonna take you a hot minute to blend all that in. All right, let's apply some contour and blush. Not bad for the cream bronzer by e.l.f. Not bad. And I just used it on their side and it chiseled it out, but it's still very natural. Not bad, like it. I don't know if I like this for blush.
Not as much control for blush.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah. You think there would be, but it's, I mean, it definitely blends it out beautiful. You can see that. But I just feel like the Beauty Blender does a little bit of a better job. Let's take this brush, let's apply some contour. Definitely a lot more dramatic with the contour with this. Yeah, I feel like these types of brushes are pretty good for like contour and stuff. And I love these new blushes by Cosmetics. They're so pretty. It's blending okay, but it's not as smooth. It's not as flawless. And this blush requires like no effort to blend. So not a fan of these types of brushes. So out of these two, definitely the sponge. This right here, I didn't even see the price. On Amazon, this is $8.19 for this pack. And you can use these wet or dry, depending what kind of formula you're applying that day or formulas. But I do like that when it's wet, it doesn't take away too much coverage. It doesn't soak up too much coverage. And just the finish is just so beautiful and it's really soft and airbrushed, and I'm just really, really, really impressed, honestly. Next product we're gonna talk about is this right here. This is by Kaja, and this is their brightening under eye setting powder, their joystick. This looked really, really interesting. So they have two shades. I picked up shade number 2. It's a transparent with pink brightening powders for fair to light skin. That's why I picked it up. It is $18. So what is this? It's a weightless, ultra transparent, silky smooth pressed powder for setting and brightening with no cakiness or white cast. You basically swirl the joystick handle to pick up the powder, and then you twist at the top and then tap off any excess. And then apply the powder under your eyes or all over your face to set. Let's try it on. Let's see 1-to-1 and see if it does a good job brightening and setting the makeup or if it looks cakey and just dry. I mean, I do like how tiny this brush is, but it's so dense. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking this formula. It didn't really like smooth anything out. It didn't really blur anything out. I'm not really seeing that it brightened either, if I'm honest. I do like how tiny it is and it fits like right in here and underneath your eyes. So I think for travel and for convenience, this is great. I'm not liking the actual formula. Kind of took a little bit of that shine away, but it didn't really brighten or airbrush my face, you know? With the powder, I wanted to airbrush my face. So there you guys have it. There are some really fascinating, interesting, latest Korean beauty care tools. One of them was a massive standout to me personally, the Pony Effect, these squared off sponges that you can use wet or dry. This still gave me coverage. It gave me a beautiful, flawless finish, and it blended out the contour really nice, the blush, and I'm just like really impressed with how much I actually really, really, really enjoyed this product. A lot of these other products, I think they're cool, they're innovative, but either the formula is lacking or just it didn't really make that much of a difference, or you really have to use it for months upon months to get a really visual result. All right, I'm gonna leave it here, but thank you so much for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see the next one very soon. Bye.